Hey there folks, this is Greeny XI. I was actually going to make an impressions video of E3 Microsoft's E3, but I just saw the Sony one and I thought I might as well get this one up while it's still fresh in my head, and it is a lot more exciting anyway. A lot went on and it was brilliant. Throughout there were a few glitches and cutouts and things, but you know, I'm going to try and make this as fast as possible. I might have missed one or two minor details, but I had to write down my notes really quick, you know, and they did throw it sometimes quick and fast and rapid fire. Okay, so first off they started with the Vita and got that out of the way, you know. That console that not so many people care about, so they just brush it off at the start. Not much went on with it, but what we've got here, Batman Arkham Origins, I think we all knew that was coming. Maybe not for the Vita, but we knew it was coming. Counter Spy, Destiny of Spirits, these were all just mentioned, they wasn't actually showing anything as such. Batman Arkham Origins, Counter Spy, Destiny of Spirits, Doki Doki Universe, Killzone Mercenary, that got a bit of a cheer, that was good. And Tearaway, I've never heard of half of those, but we'll see. Also, some remasters, God of War HD 1 and 2, I think that's the same one that's on the PS3, but it's coming to Vita as well, that'll be good. Final Fantasy X and X-2. Now, I think we all know that's going to be brilliant. On the PS3 version, it's going to be all on one disc. On the Vita version, you're going to have to buy both of the games separately. But I'm guessing they'll both be cheaper to compensate. Flower is going to be remastered. That's an amazing title, indie game. Or more of an art piece than a game, but you still play it. Still control it. And it's on the PS3 right now on the PSN store if you want to check it out. Or you can just wait for the Vita version if you got one of those, which is probably going to be the better version considering they've had ages to work on it. As well as that, they're bringing Dead Nation from the PS3 to the Vita, and that is going to be interesting. The main thing about Dead Nation is that it's online, or multiplayer. I'm not sure I've seen a good online Vita game yet, so that'll be good to see. What else came to Vita? Walking Dead, the full series is coming, as well as 400 Days, I'm not sure what that is, still Walking Dead. As well as more content being added to it, that's all they said about that. And also, the Vita is going to become a companion device for the PS4. Where I'm guessing it'll be like the Wii U tablet, where you sort of play around on the Vita, and it works on the PS4 as well, so I'm guessing it's going to be like the Wii U in that sense. As well as that, there's going to be Netflix and Skype coming to Vita. I can see Skype being a good thing for that, actually. It'd be good. Right, onto the PS3. Loads of sure hit games coming. Last of Us, that's probably going to be the game of the year for a lot of people. It's like Uncharted. I'm sure everyone knows this. It's like Uncharted, but zombies, post-apocalyptic settings. That's about all there is really. I don't think it's going to be co-op, maybe in the multiplayer mode, but not in the main story that we know of so far. Puppeteer, like Little Big Planet, it has the whole narration thing going on, and I think it's going to be darker. It looks a lot darker, like not bloody or anything, but yeah, a lot more black, a lot more shadows, a lot more that sort of stuff. There's Rain. Now, I saw this, I think it might have been at last year's E3, or it might have just been a random trailer throughout the year, I'm not sure, but it's called Rain, and it's about these invisible people who can only be seen a little bit when it's raining, and you have to run about and try and just get about. Not much has been shown of the gameplay itself, but the music that was played during it was amazing, suited it really well, and I just can't wait. It looks really arty and everything as well, just like Flower, just like Flow, just like Journey. I can't wait. It's a nice indie game to look forward to. Beyond Two Souls, another heavy hitter that's going to be brilliant. It looks like, from the trailer that we were shown at E3, it's going to be more military based, where you control this girl. The main character looks like it's going to be a female this time. And you control her trying to train through the military training grounds. It looks a lot more actiony than Heavy Rain, which I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not, but Fahrenheit, the game before Heavy Rain by the same people, that was actiony as well, quite a bit, so it's not a bad thing. because both Fahrenheit and Heavy Rain were brilliant games. I'm looking forward to that a lot. Gran Turismo 6, not my type of game, but everyone knows this is a driving sim, really realistic. What else is there to say about it? Nice graphics. There's a new physics engine. That's the main thing they were putting across, I think. That's about all I can say on that. Because I don't have a clue if the trailer showed new tracks or anything. I'm sure it did, but I just haven't played the previous ones to be able to tell you that sort of stuff. Batman Arkham Origins. There's snow, it's all Christmassy, it's showing what happened before Arkham Asylum, I'm assuming. But I love the snowy Christmassy feel to it. It's like Batman, at one point, he'd throw an enemy down and impale him on a Christmas tree. It's pretty grisly in that sense, but it's stunning. I love my Christmas, so that might be one to look out for. I was never that excited about Batman games before, but this one, because of just the setting, might be worth looking out for. The Joker is back, my all-time favourite Batman villain. Not that I follow Batman much, but he's back anyway. And there's apparently a gang trying to kill him off. I don't know who the leader is. It might have shown him. I don't know my Batman universe. But anyways, it also showed a tiny bit of Grand Theft Auto 5. Apparently, if you pre-order, you're going to be getting some special stuff, or get it on launch, and you'll get some special stuff with it. So, there's that. That's all the PS3 stuff. Didn't even have a trailer for Grand Theft Auto 5. Sorry, I'm writing on notes and stuff, and otherwise I'm never going to remember everything, because a lot happened. PS4 stuff. Now, this is where the rest of the conference lied. It started off with the hardware, and this is pretty good. It looks pretty nice. It's like, it's kept the basic PS3 look, but it's made it plenty different enough to differentiate it from the PS3 if you had to just look. It's like a square. It's a square shape, and it's like a cake. It's layered twice. There's one layer of square on the bottom, then this little gap, and then a layer of square on top. Now the top layer, has half shiny black and half sort of like, ever seen a PS3 Slim? Sort of like matted black, not matted, non-shiny black, that sort of feel. I don't know how to explain it a bit better, but yeah, it's looking really nice. And some more details were revealed about the controller. Wasn't shown. I'm sure they said they were gonna change the controller slightly because that was a prototype before, but the actual controller wasn't shown. It might have been shown after the whole conference, but I never saw any of that, so have a look around if you want. I don't know. What else? They were saying about how movies and music are coming back through Music Unlimited and Movies Unlimited, which are now on the PS3 already, but yeah, they're just saying that they're moving on over to the PS4 as well, so they're keeping them. They're both going to be available on launch, ready on the PS4. So you won't miss out on any of the multimedia sort of stuff. That's nice. Apparently the movies are going to be tailored for gamers. So I don't know if that means that they're just going to be game movies. I can't see it being just that. Or if they're just going to sort of find out what the average gamer likes in terms of movies. That's more likely what it's going to be. They're just going to do a few questionnaires, chuck them out in a bit of marketing, and find out exactly that. Netflix is coming back. Something called Redbox Instant is coming to the American PS4. I'm not sure if it was already on the PS3. I don't know. But that's coming back. Flickster. They said that's going to be like discover and collect movies. So it's just going to be another movie-based app. That's all I can think of to call it. Next up. Okay, to the games of PS4. That's what we wanted to see. A new IP. It's called The Order 1886. It's in old-time London. You see horse and carts. You see rundown pea-green smog everywhere. And in that smog are these monsters. And this is where the gameplay seems to come in. You can't see the monsters, but you can see sort of shadows running around, noises and stuff. It seems sort of horror-ish in that sense. And your main characters get out of a horse and cart and start shooting with futuristic weapons, which is quite strange because it's in old-time London. It's looking good. It is looking good. I wouldn't buy it personally. it doesn't look like it would be my sort of game, but it does look interesting to see, if that makes sense. What else do we have? Killzone Shadowfall is a futuristic FPS. I'm sure anyone who's played Killzone will know exactly what is coming here. I've never played them before, but I'm sure they haven't changed too much. Even though it's a futuristic FPS, there's a lot of natural surroundings in the trailer, like forests and lakes, and so there's that. That's all that could really be taken out of that. Drive Club. Now, this is some sort of serious-ish racing game. Looked sort of like Dirt to me, or Gran Turismo. Something like that. Not much you could get out of that trailer. Infamous Second Son. Now this is a better one. This is more towards my taste because I've played the first and second Infamous as well as Festival of Blood. So, this might be interesting. They seem to have changed it up a little bit. Made it a bit more story based. Bioterrorism is the main focus of this. You control a bioterrorist rebel who's going against all of bioterrorism. It shows at the start of the trailer that he's defacing a poster of a pigeon and the words "We are free" or something like that, and he's defacing it by putting a cage around the pigeon. So he's a sort of rebel who does that sort of stuff. You know the type of person. You have the usual powers by the looks of things as you had in Infamous 1 and 2. There's a father and son relationship shown where the father is the police who has to arrest his son or put him into danger and stuff like that, but he's trying to protect him at the same time. So that sort of complex relationship going on between a copper and his rebel son. Next up we have Knack. All I could get out of this was a sort of cartoony 3D, had a sort of Spyro feel to it, you know, that sort of 3D sort of platformer fighter kind of thing. Not fighter like Street Fighter, but fighter like running around killing enemies sort of thing. Now, next thing is The Dark Sorcerers from Quantic Dream. Might be interesting, but all you could get out, it was more of a joke trailer really than an actual trailer to show off what was going to be like. I mean, that was strange. Anyway, Arcana and Black Magic is shown a lot, as you can tell from the name Dark Sorcerer, but the rest of it was sort of funny, reminded me of Shrek, the voice acting and the joke style. You can get out anything out of it. It's just this one character, probably from the game, who's talking to the camera saying, "Can I change the lines?" and stuff like that. I don't know, whatever. A game called Transistor. Could be interesting. It's from the creators of Bastion and it looks very similar to Bastion. If you ever played that, it's brilliant. Go and have a go if you haven't already. It's on Steam, it's on... Actually, I think it's only on the PC right now. It might be on the 360 as well, it wouldn't surprise me. It looks similar, but more high-tech surroundings, environments in the game. Like high-tech cities and things that you're walking on, rather than the falling, collapsing platforms and stuff that was in Bastion. So there's that. Don't Starve is coming to PS4. That's a Steam game for the PC. That's where you have to survive. It reminds me of this one game, Lost in Blue, for DS, that was out a long time ago. It looks like that. Well, it feels like that, but the graphics and art style are all sort of Tim Burton-ish, and you have to try and survive by lighting fires at night, otherwise monsters leap you and you'll die, and you have to eat, obviously, like the name suggests. So yeah, try and survive on an island and you will do fine. And that looks really interesting, and it's really good on Steam, so I highly recommend getting that once it comes out. Mercenary Kings have brought out... Actually, I'm not sure if this is the title of the game or the title of the publishers or whatever, developers. It's a 2D cartoony shooter, that's all we could get out of that. A couple of these sorts of things, indie games, were brought around, and the trailers are really short and don't really suggest that much. Young Horses brought out Octodad. Apparently this is really popular on the PC and over a couple of other places. I don't know, I've never heard of it, but all I could get out of it was it's a comedy, but that's it. It's about this guy who has really long legs and sort of awkwardly walks around. Really strange, but I think I'd love it if I tried it, to be honest. Switchblade Monkeys brought out Secret Ponchos, or it might be the other way around. Secret Ponchos might have brought out Switchblade Monkeys. It's a third-person shooter, and it's spaghetti western, cowboyish, cowboy hats. Looks really good. Sort of reminds me of Red Dead, but if it was sort of indie game and wasn't so highly budgeted. It sort of reminds me of that anyway. Ragtag Studios have made a stealthy action zombie game called Raise the Dead. I'm pretty sure that was for PC first as well, but it's good to have it on the consoles to add some more variety for the console gamers. There's no downside to it as such, I can't see. Red Barrel's brought out... Now, the guy who mentioned the name slurred the hell out of the name, so... Outlast the Paxies? That's the best I could get out of it. I don't have a clue. It's a first-person horror though, and it looks really good. I mean, the background that was shown was really generic for a horror game. It was sort of a grey couple of walls and stuff. Green walls, blue walls. But I love my horrors, so it might be worth a look. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera all too often, am I? I'm looking down at my notes, but... There we go. Oddworld Inhabitants. Oh no, whoa now. The first Abe's Odyssey, I'm sure a lot of people played it. It has been remade for PS4. Yes. Those of you who haven't played it, it's about these alien people who are captured and made into like a soup, but they try and escape. And you are one of them called Abe, and you're trying to escape from the prison and everything. And it's stealthy, very stealthy. Really good. Well worth a look. It was for PS1 originally, by the way, so to go from PS1 to PS4, it's going to be a huge jump. 17-bit games. They have made a Galaxy side-scrolling space shooter. I didn't catch... No, it's called Galaxy, I'm sorry. 17-bit games have made a game called Galaxy. It's a side-scrolling space shooter. If you're into that sort of thing, it's for you. If you've ever played Galaxia or Galaxia Legions or something like that, you might enjoy it. It's not my sort of thing, but it looks arcadey, looks like it'll hit a certain niche market pretty well. Anyway, next up, away from the indie games, Diablo 3 is coming to both PS3 and PS4. There will be PlayStation exclusive items. That's all that was said about that. No trailer or anything. But Blizzard seem to know what they're doing in making exclusive items for the PlayStation people, so at least they'll get something out of it, even if it isn't quite as good as the PC version. I'm not saying it won't be. It might not be. I don't know. I've never played the other Diablos to know. Oh, this was huge. This was my... Square Enix did the best of the whole show for me personally. They've shown that Final Fantasy Versus 13 has been made now into Final Fantasy 15. It's been rebranded. It looks urban. We know from the trailer years ago that this was going to be an urban game with a guy called Noctis at the centre. It's absolutely stunning. You can see why they made it from a PS3 game to a PS4 game, to get the graphics up, to get everything running smoothly. It's actually kind of like Kingdom Hearts, the battles. It showed a bit of gameplay this time, which was nice. But it's not like Kingdom Hearts at all at the same time. That's confusing, I know. But check out the trailer and you'll know exactly what I mean. You can climb around, you can control your spells. It showed a water spell where he was sort of moving his hand and... Yeah. Control the spells. Walk on walls. Apparently, the story is based around everyone in the world fighting over the final crystal. Typical Final Fantasy crystals, where even in Final Fantasy 4, the world was fighting over all the crystals. And this is coming back in Final Fantasy 15, apparently. Another trailer. Brilliant news, Kingdom Hearts 3. 10th of September was shown. So pre-order now. It's what it said. So that's sooner than I thought. Typical Kingdom Hearts stuff shown. Nothing new was really shown. It showed Destiny Island coming back. I think that was the name of it, I'm pretty sure. Where Sora is back and he picked up a Keyblade that was just lying on the sand. As well as that, it showed the guys running around in Traverse Town from Kingdom Hearts 2. Or it looked like that. Not Traverse. The other town where you start off in Kingdom Hearts 2. And there was like a wave of those regular little shadows that you see. The most regular kind that you see in Kingdom Hearts. A wave of those sort of chasing him about and he has to run away. Looking incredible. Seriously incredible. let me just have a look what's next. Final Fantasy XIV was also mentioned as coming to both PS3 and PS4. That's all they said on that. There was no trailer, nothing like that. Next up, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flags. Now this looks interesting. It looks a bit different from the other Assassin's Creed games. It's really piratey. Reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean a lot. Everything from the music that was played to the palm trees on an island sort of setting. Looks a little bit run down. And he goes through a jungle stealthily chasing some people at one point as well. That looked amazing. I wouldn't get it because I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan. I'm not a fan of history games as such like this. As well as that, sailing is back from Assassin's Creed 3 with cannon fights. And that's about all you can see out of that. It does look really good if you like that sort of game. Watch Dogs was shown. Now, this is all about technology. I'm sure a lot of you will already know what this game is, coming to PS3 and PS4 from what I know. It's GTA style in the sense that there's a little map in the bottom corner. And you go along the roads and stuff to get to different markers, and just like GTA. Just like, yeah, just like GTA. I was thinking of another game as well, but I can't think of it now. Differentiated probably from GTA through the use of technology. There's techno music going on, there's loads of high-tech technology around the city, and the cars are pretty high-tech, but not so much so, not too much. You can hack cameras, and this was where a mission was shown. It was an actual full-on demo. He hacks a camera to help this guy escape from a room where some guards are coming into the room, and he has to hack the music system to make the guards run towards the music, and then you have the person run out of the room while they're distracted. You know the sort of thing. It reminds me of Ghost Trick, this game for DS from Capcom, where you interact with things to help people out. That's the best way I can explain that. Probably best to see a trailer to get it fully. NBA 14 came next from 2K Games. I'm not a sports person. I couldn't see anything different, but it was done well. It was a good introduction by this big basketball personality, I think, where he was talking to his digital self through like an interview between himself and digital self. It was good. It was interesting to see. It was better than just seeing a sports game playing. The Elder Scrolls Online. I always felt like this was meant to be a series where it was always online, but because it was on console, they couldn't do it very well. But now that the PS4 has come in, with the better networking and everything, it might work brilliantly. I don't like these games. Once again, this is becoming a pattern, but I can see it being a massive, massive online hit. Look out for that. There's a beta coming to PS4 first, before Xbox One, I'm presuming. And it's coming out spring 2014, so under a year away. Mad Max was shown next. All we saw from this trailer was that it's a desert surrounding, and the main character is a hard ass. He, instead of wasting his bullet on killing off this guy in loads of pain lying around on the ground, he gets in his car and runs over his head. That's all. That's literally all we got to see. So that's Mad Max. It's a movie tie-in, probably. Not tie-in, but it's probably from movies. I think I've heard of it from a movie. Next up, not a game. This got a huge round of applause from everyone. A lot of this stuff. There are no restrictions on used games coming. Brilliant. Can lend your games to friends. This seems obvious, but I'll tell you why in a sec. And there's no need for online connection at all. And this is all obviously crack against Xbox One, because these are all the downsides that Xbox One had, but PS4 have negated them. PS4 is obviously just a better console in these ways. As well as that, there's cross-game voice chat, which was a big complaint for the PS3, where you had to have a different voice chat for each game. Now you have a sort of party chat that was on Xbox 360 all along, so they've copied that from Microsoft. But it's a good copy. Well worth doing. Plus members are going to be able to keep Plus over to the PS4. So if you have Plus now, it'll last and cross over to the PS4. Plus members will have a free game, Drive Club PS Plus Edition. And that's an online racing game that was mentioned earlier. It's a brand new game for PS4 and it's going to come free to Plus members. And that's going to be brilliant. It's going to be brilliant. As well as that, there'll be 3 other games for free, including Don't Starve. That was one of the indie games that were mentioned earlier as well. And that is brilliant as well. They're doing well. They're doing well. Next up, finally actually, game-wise, they showed Destiny. Now this was a massively hyped game that everyone was looking forward to seeing. A trailer was shown. It's a first-person shooter, post-apocalyptic once again. That seems to be popular lately. It's going to have online co-op. What else is it to say? Futuristic, different classes, you can upgrade your guns. It has me very excited in the sense that the co-op isn't just co-op for the sake of it. You can actually see the surroundings around you, where if you have more people, it's going to affect, like Borderlands 2. It looks like Borderlands 2, but higher quality probably. Not enough was shown to see just how good it's going to be, but it's going to be good. I can tell. I can just tell. Something to be excited about. Next up, the cloud service is returning. Xbox One is having it, and now PS4 is having it, where you can stream games and things like that. I don't know, nothing much else to say. Now the price is here, much cheaper than the Xbox One. The price is going to be $399, 399 euros, £349. That's very cheap, very cheap. Look at the Wii U, what was that, £280? So for this to be just £70 dearer is very impressive. The date is holiday season 2013, so around Christmas time, probably. We'll get a proper date later on. And that is everything to do with E3 in under half an hour, when the conference was about 2 hours long. So I feel like Sony beat Microsoft by a huge mile. And I'm not being biased, I don't think. I am a bigger fan of Sony in general than Microsoft, but yeah. I don't think I was being too biased throughout. I was just showing the facts more than opinions. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll be making one for Microsoft and Nintendo as well, and probably EA. I have some notes for EA, so I'll probably do that, but it'll only be short. So, hope you've enjoyed. Be on the lookout for another one in a bit.